as he told, rightly told, at least 3 to 4 times more nutritive value in the rabbit manure as compared to your farmland manure. So that's why we should use it. But the only problem is directly you can't use it, because as you know, here both feces and urine are mixed, and this urine is very rich in nitrogen. Normally, to make any material into a compost, we have one ratio, that is the most important ratio, that is carbon is to nitrogen. Suppose if you take paddy straw, if you allow it to what you call become a manure on its own, it will not happen, because as you all know, it contains very less nitrogen, it contains a lot of carbon. That we call it, even if you apply to soil, suddenly the soil will not be able to supply the nutrients, because that carbon is locked up. That we call as immobilization. So that's why we have to bring down that carbon and nitrogen ratio. Whereas here in the rabbit manure, it is ulta. In rabbit manure, you have lot of nitrogen, but you have less carbon. That's why I am suggesting you should go for vermicomposting. In vermicompost, what you do, you collect any waste, be it waste paper, or suppose you have a lawn, you cut it. Just now you have seen in front of the canteen. Of course, they are feeding it to the horse. Any that lawn moving, this one is there. Dried fallen leaves are there, or some straw is there, or whatever feed you are giving to the rabbit, it may not consume all 100%. There will be some wastage. Suppose if you feed 10 kg, there may be 2 kg wastage. All that waste, bedding material, everything you mix it together. Normally, what we call it as pre-composting, because you are not adding any what you call worm or anything there to that. Simply, it is to allow like a pre-digestion. You sprinkle water, keep it for a week or so. Similarly, this rabbit manure also, because it is rich in nitrogen, that too in ammonia, so that what we call as soluble nitrogen. If you put worms directly into this rabbit manure, immediately it will die, because it is like a nitrogen poisoning. Because ammonia is there, it will not be able to breathe, so it will die. So what you should do is, first you to collect all this carbon material, whatever waste material is there. For that you add rabbit manure. You keep on turning. Suppose nowadays you need not what you call build any what you call pit or something like that. Ready-made ponds are available. They are called as HDP ponds. That is high density polyethylene, which we use even for this Azola, this one also. So one pond will cost you approximately 1,500 to 2,000 rupees depending on the gauge. Normally its size is 18 feet to 20 feet length, and 3 to 4 feet wide, and a depth of about 2 feet. So 18 by 3 by 2. This we use for actually making a Azola pond, where you put the water and add Azola culture and you can make it. Same pond, basically it was developed for vermicompost. What they have done in this pond only, in 3 places they have provided mesh. So PVC mesh is there. So as you know, earthworms are living things. They need oxygen for breathing. If you put our entire material and if you don't provide any this jelly type thing, it cannot, oxygen will not enter. That's why it is ready made with what you call provision for entry of air. But you need to what you call raking, what you call once in a week or so you need to rake, so that top layer will go to bottom, bottom layer will come to top. So first you what you do is you collect whatever carbon waste material is there. Then also to add to that what you call your rabbit manure. For maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks you mix them. After 3 weeks or 4 weeks, then you add this earthworms into this. Normally in India, 2-3 species are very popular. One is Icenia foetida, that is called as red liggler, and another one African called is Eugenia. So these 2 species are there. One more Pelnox is also there. Or you can use a mix of different what you call, even Madras Veterinary College also, I think they sell this earthworm culture, or it is available with any KVK or progressive farmers also. 1 kg I think about 800 rupees. So much cost for this one. Earlier days, because we are not using much chemical fertilizer, we were naturally having earthworms in the what you call in the land itself. Simply go immediately after rain, because the water will enter, it will try to come. Take a handful of this one, you collect the what you call nowadays, because we are using so much pesticide and fertilizers, that's why they are not able to survive. Most of the land, that's why everyone will say slowly we are making soil dead. Soil is actually living best example for living what I call biological system. Everything is available there itself. You have like different types of beneficial bacteria. You have different types of fungi. You have mycorrhiza. You have earthworms. That's why you go to forest. This one. Who is fertilizing the trees? It is all natural. Leaf is falling. It is decaying. Naturally, earthworms are there. All this nutrient cycling, what you call it, is all happening naturally. Whereas if you want to manure, make manure, you have to do all this exercise. constructed a cement pond or buy a HDP, this one, add earthworms, you add dung, you bring whatever agricultural waste, everything you add, and so this is naturally happening in the field, it's in the forest. That's why trees you see, who is fertilizing them, who is doing foliar spray, who is applying micronutrients. Nothing is required. In natural system, everything is available. Here only our intervention is we want to make at a faster rate menu and also find a alternative what we call revenue from that. As sir was telling, maybe 15 rupees, 20 rupees kg or 30 rupees because it is nutritively superior as compared to other menus, you can think of that. So, and one more test, as I told you, I told you that a pre-digestion is required because this is containing lot of salts and nitrogen, so straight away we cannot introduce this earthworms into this one. So one simple test for you is, suppose you keep 2 weeks or 3 weeks that manure and that whatever waste is there, you mix them, put it in any what you call visible container. You get in chocolate box, white color this one. Normally shop fellow will throw it or you pay 5 rupees and get that. In that you put this material, you add some 10 worms or 12 worms there. And you just to close the lid and keep it for 15 minutes. You suppose that earthworms want to move away from the manure and come to the top, that means still there is ammonia. So it is not able to tolerate this one. So allow 1 more week. After that again you leave simple test. This is common sense. No what you call rocket science in this. You see, if it is able to stay on the manure or that material itself and it is able to eat it, that means whatever what you call excess nitrogen or ammonia has been gone from that place and the earthworms are able to. That time whatever outside you are doing in the big pot, you add the earthworm culture there and you sprinkle water once in 2 days, 3 days, depending on. Don't make it too wet. Earthworms they don't like too dry soil or similarly they don't like a wet soil. It should be moist. So there are 3 classes. Suppose if you touch the soil, even if you are not feeling any moisture, that means it is completely dry. You sprinkle water. So make it moist. Don't make it wet. Simply put 3 or 4 mugs of water and make it. So it can't breathe. So because the entire air will be displaced. So earthworm will. So wet soil also they don't like. They will come out. They will move out. So make it moist and top layer and bottom layer you just slightly mix it. You keep it like this for 2 months or 3 months. So within about 90 days, this compost will be ready using rabbit manure, and that you can sell it. And because salts are more in this as compared to other manure, when you are suppose you want to use it for flower pot or something, if you use farmyard manure more quantity, maybe half a kg, no problem because it doesn't have any other salts other than NPK, whereas this has salts, so they may interfere with the growth. That's why you apply less quantity as compared to other manure. Just you add only a pinch of this one, maybe fistful of this manure to the flower pot. And if you, because as I told you, there is a lot of demand for manure, so definitely you can think of using it for even for agricultural crops or plantation crops. Kerala a lot of demand, especially because I know people come from Kerala to our neighboring institute NDRA because there they have more than 1,000 cattle. Manure they take and apply to tea plantations, coffee plantations, pepper, cardamom, everywhere they apply. So much demand is there. Actually, as compared to that, this is much more rabbit manure is much more nutritive. So you need to add less quantity only. So even if price is more, so definitely farmers once they know that this is going to give us more nutrient, definitely they would like to buy from me. Similarly, just like the FPO concept, maybe if more rabbit farmer farm this one other, you can combine and one fellow can take care of marketing aspect. First, you do in a small scale. You start with some 15 kg or 20 kg. Two rounds you do. So what is the best this one? Maybe next time when I come, I'll get that Rajas or some earthworms. Maybe I don't know because here temperatures are low. We need to keep it indoor, not outside because especially winter months it may be difficult. I think most probably from April to October it should be fine, sir, even for outside. But November to February it may be difficult because nighttime temperatures drop very much, so outside they may not survive. For people who are in Coimbatore, Trichy and other places, absolutely no problem. You can happily what you call. And there are definitely many places. Maybe I'll try to find out who else KVKs are selling this earthworm culture. I will pass on the information to Dr. Rajadan. You can collect and directly you can buy. Buy initially maybe 1 kg, 600 to 800 rupees. You keep it separately with a normal cattle manure. Once you make whatever method I have told for rabbit manure, you do it. After 3 weeks or 4 weeks, you introduce those worms here. Initially, as I told, put it in a plastic, this one, test it there. If they are able to survive, So that now again you need not again second time go and again get off that earthworms from far off place. Just use only 10 or 15 worms and check your material. Once they are able to happily roam around and eat that one, then you can directly add into the more bulk quantity and you can do it. So once you do 2 or 3 rounds, you also will become expert in arteries. Of course, I have not done, maybe because to explain to you, I will also try in my place Bangalore. Then if I come to know what are if there are any other interventions which will make your job easier, I will definitely share. Thank you very much.
Thank you.